AI is the future.
It's a now.
Here at Croxteth Community Primary School, our vision is to ensure that each and every child, no matter what their background or their circumstance, reaches their potential. And we found that AI, particularly Sensory, is really enabling us to be able to do that. And we are seeing it having a real impact in data, particularly our SATs last year. We saw the impact that it had there, but also just in that day-to-day formative assessment, we're seeing that impact on every single child, whether it's a child who needs that additional support or whether it's a high achieving, greater depth child. It's really enabling us to be able to challenge those children.
It allows teachers to identify sort of common themes where children in particular areas maybe are struggling, or children might be very successful in some areas, and it gives you the opportunity to be able to challenge them and stretch their learning a little bit. But I think particularly for the pupils, the thing that's been the most useful is that individualised learning. It's really sort of pinpointing what areas that particular child needs help on, and the AI tool will then develop a pathway of learning. So what that means is the AI will kick in and it will give them more of what they need in order to be successful. So it plugs those gaps automatically. Now, as a teacher in a classroom, I can only do that to a certain extent, whereas this technology allows us to do that, and it really allows the children to feel successful. So Sensory has sort of targeted teaching where it gives little videos, short, sort of very snappy, easy bite-sized chunks of information. The children can watch those. They then answer questions based on what they've learned. And if they do really well in that, it might progress them to something else. If they're struggling with that, it'll keep them at that level. If they're really finding that difficult, it might give them something a little bit lower, so they've got a lower starting point, but then it will help to build them back up.
When we first embedded Sensory Tech, we really focused on SPAG, which is spelling, punctuation and grammar, because this was an area that we wanted to focus on in school. And within the last 12 months, when we think about our SATs results, our SPAG data improved from 50 to 62%. So we did see impact.
We also saw a dramatic increase in the confidence that the pupils had, which has had a positive impact on everybody's individual outcomes at SATs as well.
AI is something that we should definitely welcome within the classrooms. We're seeing a huge range of needs across schools at the moment, so for a teacher to be able to support every single child, that's incredibly difficult. But with the use of AI, the use of Sensory Tech, we are able to do that, as well as then supporting teacher workloads and making sure that every child is catered for and they've got that personalised learning plan.
A lot of the sort of pedagogical technology tools that we're using in education is going to have a massive impact on levelling the playing field for especially children from disadvantaged backgrounds. When they go to secondary school and beyond, they will then have those same skills in line with children who have been in the top schools in the country, and they're able to get access to tuition and all other things at home that our children don't necessarily get. But don't take my word for it, we'll go and find out what some of the pupils think.
Sensory has helped me get better in maths because it's my least favourite subject, but now it's my favourite subject.
I have been struggling on maths all time, and I didn't even know what the question was, and until Sensory told me.
Sensory's improved my maths because before I weren't good with perimeters or imperial units of math, but now I know them really well and I'm quite good at them.
I like doing maths, and it's improved on my areas because I find doing areas struggling for me.
I didn't used to know my adverbs, but now I do. And I never used to know my conjunctions, but now I do as well. I used to not be able to read well, but Sensory gives me a lot of different ways to help me read.
I used to be very, very bad at my times tables, but now I'm really good because Sensory would always help me because it showed me some tricks that I know how to use now.
Sensory is something you can do at home as well. You can always keep it going, and you can just get better and better every single day at it.